Is it me, or do 9 out of 10 freight brokers suck at negotiating? Seriously, negotiating as a freight broker is a key skill, not only when selling to shippers, but equally as important when it comes to working with truck drivers and truck dispatchers. So today, I'm going to share with you 3 tips when negotiating with carriers. These tips are going to help you add an extra $10,000 in your pocket as a freight broker or freight agent. So first, I'm going to give you the tips, and if you stick around to the end, then I'm actually going to walk you through 2 different negotiating examples. One where we're demonstrating poor negotiating skills, and one using the tips that I share with you today. Then, most importantly, I'm going to show you the difference in the bottom line profit. Okay? Tip number 1, never use price ranges. All right, so what do I mean by that? Well, when a carrier calls in on a brokered load, okay, you want to avoid telling them a price range. You want to use an exact price. So rather than saying, oh, you know, that load pays around $550, or maybe $1,000 to $1,100, or worse yet, oh, that load pays about $2,200, maybe up to $2,400. Quote an exact price. Stop using price ranges, okay? This automatically concedes the higher rate. Never quote a range, okay? This tip alone can easily make you an extra $25 to $50 a load. Tip number 2, negotiate in 5s and 10s, not 50s and 100s. This is a very important lesson. This is a lesson that can save and make you a ton of money. Let me explain. When you're negotiating with a carrier, for example, you've quoted the lane at $1,000, just for easy math. Most brokers are going to negotiate up with the carrier in $50 and $100 increments. And this is a huge mistake, okay? Rather than negotiating in 50s and 100s and taking it from 1,000 to 1,050 or 1,100, what you want to do is you want to negotiate in 5s and 10s, all right? So what I mean by that is rather than going from 1,000 to 1,050, you might go from 1,000 to 1,005 or 1,010 or 1,020. You want to negotiate in smaller increments. Why is this important? Well, it signifies and reinforces that you have limited flexibility in the load, all right? So smaller increments are also going to give you more opportunity to make adjustments throughout the negotiation. So the reality is it changes the perceived value of what you have to offer. Tip number 3, sell beyond just the rate. When a carrier calls in, you're negotiating on the load, you've got a little bit of a gap, maybe you're at 1,000, maybe they're at 1,100 or 1,200, and you're trying to negotiate a deal. Sell beyond just the rate. So what do I mean by that? Sell the value of the load. And maybe it's a one pick, one drop load, right? Easy on, easy off, right? So you're gonna express the fact that this load is not a multi-stop complex load. It's simple. It'll be easy on, easy off, one pick, one drop, right? You know, sell the fact that if it's a lighter load, if it's a 23,000 pound load, that makes a big difference to a carrier versus a 44,000 pound load. You know, you can also sell, maybe we do quick pays, or maybe offer them a free quick pay if it makes sense. Or, you know, you can share current and historical rate data to justify and explain the reasons for your rates. Okay, now hang tight, because I'm gonna walk you through 2 different negotiations to really help you understand the importance of these tips that I just shared with you today. But first, do me a huge favor. Comment below with which tip you liked the most. Was it tip number 1, no price ranges? Was it tip number 2, negotiating in 5s and 10s? Or was it tip number 3, selling beyond the rate? All right, make sure you hit me up in the comments and hang tight, because I'm about to jump into those negotiating examples. So here we go. Here's the poor negotiating example, and here's the good negotiating. Let's start with the poor one. The broker quotes $1,200 to the shipper, right? The shipper asked for a rate, they quoted $1,200, the shipper accepted it. Now the broker posts the load, he starts talking to carriers. Broker offers $1,000 to $1,100 to the carrier. You see, that's a price range. It's something that I told you not to do, but this is very common. The carrier then counters and offers $1,300 to the broker, because they automatically assumed $1,100, and then they went up from there to try to negotiate a couple hundred extra bucks. The broker ultimately negotiates $1,175 to the carrier, and the broker makes $1,200 minus $1,175, which is $25 on the load. Whip-de-doo, we made $25, but that's because we made some huge mistakes. Now let's look at the good negotiating example using the tips that I shared with you today. Broker quotes $1,200 to the shipper, the same thing as before. Broker offers $1,000 to the carrier, an exact price range, right, and the exact price on the load. Carrier offers $1,200 to the broker to try to negotiate him up. up. You can see that here. And then the broker counters not with 1050 or 1100, but with 1010. The carrier counters with 1100 and the broker carrier agree to 1050 on the load. Broker makes 1200 minus 1050, which is $150 on the load. Do you see the difference between the good negotiating strategies and the bad between using the tips that I shared with you? If you use those tips, you'll be shocked how much money goes in the HIP National Bank. Okay, my friend, if you're curious about becoming a freight broker or a freight agent, just download my free guide, The 7 Steps to Becoming a Freight Broker in 30 days or less. Just go to freightbrokerbootcamp.com/7 steps. Again, this is a free guide. It costs you $0. You absolutely cost nothing and will help you on your journey to becoming a successful freight broker. By the way, did you comment below with your favorite tip? I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.